Hey guys, what is going on? It is Cynnnical and welcome to the Kingdom Hearts 3 Wishlist. This is a series where I get your guys' hopes and desires and of course wishes for the upcoming Kingdom Hearts 3. I have to say that in the last episode you guys absolutely killed it with all of your hopes and wishes for Kingdom Hearts 3, and of course this is a series where I pick 5 wishes from the community. So in case your guys' wish didn't get featured in this episode, be sure to repost it in the comments section below in hope to be featured in the next episode. Otherwise guys, let's get on with it. Alright, so the first wish comes from Anna. She said, I think that my biggest wish is for Square Enix to explore Sora's personality better in Kingdom Hearts 3. In all of the games, Sora has always been the silly, goofy, even naive boy who fights heartless with a keyblade, almost never been something different from that. Since Nomura said that Kingdom Hearts 3's Sora would be a more mature one, I really hope to see a deeper, more realistic side of him other than just the silly young boy who defeats Heartless with a keyblade. And of course, seeing more of the other characters as well would be an amazing thing. So yeah, I've talked about a more mature Sora in the past, in like a past video, but I think this is actually one of the greatest sort of, I suppose you could say, expectations for you know, Sora in terms of him as a character and his personality for Kingdom Hearts 3. I mean, characters are a huge role, they play a huge role in gaming, you know. Some of us fall in love with these characters and stuff like that, not in the actual love sense. But you guys know what I mean, right? So character personalities and traits and stuff like that are extremely important. And Anna, you could be more correct. I mean, Sora has always been that, you know, that kid who was a little bit silly and goofy. I think that's sort of good in some sense, though. I mean, that really is quite cool to see in a protagonist, and it's quite enjoyable. But, however, he can be pretty naive and he can be a little bit of a dumbass, especially talking about, you know, Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. I have to say that I cringed at Sora throughout that whole entire game. I don't care what anybody says, he was pretty freaking stupid in Dream Drop Distance. But it was really cool to see, you know, the confirmation from Square Enix that, of course, Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to feature a more mature Sora and stuff like that. And yes, I hope that in Kingdom Hearts 3 his personality is a little bit more sort of realistic. I hope that he is more serious because we definitely know that Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to be pretty dark. So I hope that Sora's sort of personality follows along the lines of that. Of course though, within saying that, I don't want Sora to completely lose the traits of his personality in terms of his goofiness and silliness. I feel like he'll be sort of more himself, you know, that we've come sort of used to throughout the game at the start of Kingdom Hearts 3, and then making, you know, his way through the game, and by the end I think he will be definitely more serious and more mature. Alright, so the next wish comes from a user called InSlayer. They said, this is one of my hundreds of wishes, some being already granted. The world to have 2 parts like in Kingdom Hearts 2. After you get to a certain part in the game, you'll be able to go back to each world and have another task at hand. So the game can go on for a bit longer. You might unlock more abilities, or can meet more people, etc. Although I hope that they would be as long as the first task in the world. In Kingdom Hearts 2, the second time you went to a world, it was pretty short. So yeah, second time visits, I think this is something that most definitely needs to return, and it was something that only stuck around in Kingdom Hearts 2. Obviously all of the other Kingdom Hearts games, for, you know, the Disney worlds, you would only visit them once, and this is something that I really enjoyed in Kingdom Hearts 2, the fact that, you know, the first time you go through there, it's like, oh, I've gone through all of the worlds, and then you get to that point in the game, the middle point where you go back to Hollow Bastion, and you find out you have to go back through the worlds again, and it's so exciting, and stuff like that, and I really liked that aspect of Kingdom Hearts 2, the second visits. You know, in the Kingdom Hearts games, we generally visit the hub worlds like multiple times, but in terms of the Disney worlds, we don't. It's only something that's in Kingdom Hearts 2. So yeah, I can almost see this definitely happening in Kingdom Hearts 3. The reason why I say that is obviously, you know, Kingdom Hearts 2, it was running on the PlayStation 2, right? And now Kingdom Hearts 3, it's running on hardware that's like, you know, 8 times better than the PS2. It's so much more stronger. So this is definitely something that I can see happening. I mean, Square Enix, if you want to add in 3 visits, yeah, I wouldn't mind that. But otherwise, yeah, I really would like to have the 2 visits to each of the Disney worlds and stuff like that. I think that'd be really cool. And yeah, you did mention here that the second visits in Kingdom Hearts 2, they were a little shorter than the first visits, and I sort of had to agree with that. Some of them felt shorter than others, but if they could be an equal length, if not longer, for the second visit, I think that'd be really cool. But I think this is a great wish, and I only hope that the second visits return in Kingdom Hearts 3. The next question comes from a user called Caillou. They said, my wish is to see more of the Destiny Island. We only got to see the islands where they hung out, but we never got to explore the town where they lived. And I want to see Sora and Riku's parents. So yeah, first of all, Destiny Islands. This is such a good hope, and I have talked about it in the past, but it's so damn good that I wanted to re-feature it. So yeah, I want to see more of Destiny Islands as well. I think everybody does. In my opinion, Destiny Islands it's got to be the most beautiful world out of the bunch, in my opinion. And I want to see it in that beautiful Unreal 4 engine with the beautiful graphics, you know. Can you just imagine the lush sort of tropical trees, you know, the palm trees and stuff like that, the sand, the water and stuff. I mean, it looked beautiful in that first Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer that we got, even though that was probably like a cutscene. But still to the point, I really want to see, you know, it being an actual world that you can go back and forward to. I know in many of the Kingdom Hearts games, Square Enix has actually put Destiny Islands on the world map, but it's just not accessible, which I think is a troll on, you know, Square Enix's behalf. I think Square Enix know that us as fans of the game want to go to Destiny Islands, but we never actually have been able to, and the only really part, you know, the only real part in the game we've been able to actually like play on Destiny Islands is Kingdom Hearts 1 at the very start of the game. So yeah, so like you mentioned, you want to see like more of the actual world itself. Yes, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, I want to see the town where most of the population is, you know, where all these sort of the houses are and like the big mountain and stuff like that. I think that's a really good wish, and like I mentioned, I thought I'd just sort of re-feature this. And yeah, also you said, I want to see Sora and Riku's parents. Be serious about this, because I get this question so much. You guys, you have no idea. I get this question so much. You know, talk about Sora's parents and stuff like that. There's some crazy theories out there in terms of actually their parents being involved in the lore. Don't know what Square Enix could do. I mean, I would actually like to see that. That would be hilarious, but at the same time, be awesome as well. I don't really know if Square Enix have any plans to actually incorporate the parents of the kids, alright? I got no idea. I wouldn't be bothered though if they actually did, because I think that'd be awesome. Alright, so the next wish comes from a user called DippySon. They said, if there's one thing I really want in Kingdom Hearts 3, it's filling up the world with characters, NPC and important side characters. It was depressing being in certain worlds like Hunchback of the Notre Dame or Cinderella, and there's literally no one but the main characters. I want the worlds to feel alive and have lots of people living in the worlds. So yeah, this is something that I really want in Kingdom Hearts 3. With the sort of environments in the world spaces to feel alive to some extent. Now, I know it comes to the point where there's, you know, certain areas in, you know, most worlds, and I'm talking about like most of the areas in the worlds, where these areas are where the sort of enemies spawn, so it'd sort of be hard to have these NPCs walking around in the same space as where the enemies are. But I know what you mean, like, I know what you mean. In the areas where enemies wouldn't usually spawn, I would say that that'd be a perfect place to put NPCs. And I can totally see where you're coming from. In terms of the Hunchback of Notre Dame, I've just been recently playing through Dream Drop Distance again. And as you guys know, I mean, that world's huge. It's set in a huge sort of city. And there's literally nobody, you know, standing around in the city. And to some extent, it sort of makes the worlds feel barren and empty, you know? And in Kingdom Hearts 3, because of the fact that we're running on very, you know, powerful hardware in comparison to what, you know, the games have previously been running on, it's got that power to sort of facilitate more of these NPCs walking around in the world spaces and stuff like that. But yeah, I want these worlds to feel more alive, more like actual breathing and living worlds. And to include more NPCs and characters, I think that'd be a really good idea. I think Kingdom Hearts 3 did that quite good, especially in Radiant Garden, you know, in the marketplace area. But other than that, in most of the games, most of the world spaces are empty. They don't really have any life living around them, so I hope this actually happens in Kingdom Hearts 3. And the last wish comes from a user called Yumino. They said, I wanted a Lilo and Stitch world. I wish there was a side quest where all the experiments are all over the world, similar to the 101 Dalmatians scattered around. So we talked about the 101 Dalmatians in the last wishlist video, but I think this would actually be really good. To sort of replace the 101 Dalmatians, include the Lilo and Stitch world, and then have the little experiment, like little orbs. I forgot what they're called. Like when I was a kid, I used to refer to them as like gumballs, because that's what they looked like. But I think this is a really cool idea to sort of replace the idea of the 101 Dalmatians. Include the little experiments, you know, the little ball things, and they're like scattered around the worlds and stuff like that. I think that'll be really cool, and yeah, Lilo and Stitch world would be great. I can definitely see it returning just due to the fact that Stitch was a summon in Kingdom Hearts 2, and he wasn't just a summon, but he was actually involved, like in the cutscenes, in the story cutscenes to do with the Battle for Hollow Bastion. And on top of that, I mean, in Birth by Sleep, Obviously we see Stitch blasts off into space, and we know that in the actual movie, after he does that, he makes his way to Hawaii and stuff. So I could definitely see that sort of working in Kingdom Hearts 3. But otherwise, guys, that is the Kingdom Hearts 3 wishlist. This has been episode 2. Hopefully, guys, enjoy this series. If you want to get involved in the series, then leave your comments and wishes in the comment section below. And until next time, guys, I'll catch you later. Peace.